Hello and welcome to Crypto News. Today is February 10th, 2025, and the top news for crypto are as follows. Let's start our episode with ETFs for another day. With all information from September 30th, we have positive inflows of $429 million. On October 1st, without BlackRock, we are in $270 million. For ETF Ethereum, let me tell you that on September 30th, only BlackRock bought in the end as the day closed at $127 million. On October 1st, without BlackRock again, we are in $54 million, with most companies doing nothing. Moving on to our companies, let's go to Metaplanet, which is the fourth largest company to buy Bitcoin. Thanks to the latest purchase of $600 million, this company now owns 30,823 BTC and will continue to buy, as we know. As for Solana, let me tell you that it has another company that supports it, VisionSys AI, a company associated with AI Nasdaq, and announced that it has collected $2 billion to invest in Solana. In the coming days, we will hear more about the markets, as this was just the announcement. Moving with Solana, we go to Circle, which, as we know from Crypto News, has its own tokenized treasury fund worth $635 million. It also extends this to the Solana network to attract more customers and will place it on as many networks as possible, as we know. Continuing with our coins, let's go to the Sui, where we have learned that he will start his own stablecoins, which is very important for the development of his ecosystem. However, these stablecoins are supported in a special way. Sui's blockchain will soon host the first stablecoins after a 3-day collaboration between the Sui group. Stablecoins are called USDI and SUIUSDE. These two are expected to be released this year, and the SHUIUSDI will be supported one by one from BlackRock's tokenized money market fund, published by Securitize, specialist in tokenization. Meanwhile, the Suya's Day will reflect Athena's 14 billion USDE offer, a synthetic dollar backed by a mixture of digital assets and short derivatives. So I don't know why they prefer to do it in this way and not make a classic stablecoin supported by the dollar, but Sui will soon have his own stablecoins on his network. Continuing from the Sui, we are moving to the BNB X account, who had been hacked and published a message calling the public to vote when they are given free money. Those who voted for the first 24 hours are supposed to get this money faster. Let's say it was obviously a big scam, and from what I read, about $8,000 were lost. BNB's account has been restored to its legal owners since then and requires a lot of attention to X. No one will give you free money. They are all fake. Moving on, we turn to a video game on the crypto market, which I hear is doing very well. It's called Addicted and is a video game in Solana where you cultivate and sell cannabis. The first thing I want to tell you is that this game has its own currency, and I will leave in the description a video with the trailer. To start playing, you have to pay 0.5 SOL, about $110, buy your first digital cannabis, cultivate it, and sell it to other users. And you can turn this money into real money, because markets are in Solana. If this game has a good chance of achieving it, it will succeed because it is essentially a copy of Schedule Y, a video game in Steam. A typical video game, not on Web3. However, what you can do here is to cultivate and sell your own cannabis, and a few weeks ago, this video game was very popular on the internet. Everyone was talking about it. So if this video game on the encryption market has a good chance, it is because it is an expensive copy. However, here you can make money without harming your fellow citizens. Moving on, we are returning to our favorite encryption market, with Bitcoin standing at $118,000, with the price above our resistance, but besides Bitcoin, which is growing above the resistance, and gold has made a new high to $3,922. And the main reason for this price increase is because the US government is closing. I know I just told you in the last episode that Congress signed a bill so that the US government wouldn't shut down. That doesn't seem to be true, and the US government is shutting down. This is obviously not the first time that this has happened, because over the years the US government has shut down before. However, this could happen overnight, so I could come tomorrow and tell you that the US government is still operating. In 2018, 7 years ago, the US government shut down for 35 whole days. So depending on how quickly they come to an agreement, they're going to sign something so that the money can come in to keep the government running. The reason Bitcoin and gold are going up is because a lot of investors are looking for a safer haven, so they're putting their money there. Additionally, I would like to tell you that, as I mentioned in the previous episode, one of the things we have been waiting for is today's jobs report in America, which, depending on how good or bad it is, could affect our market. However, since no one in America is working, neither the government nor the civil service, what we are expecting is that this number will not come out, since since no civil servants are working, at least from what I hear. So we may not get these numbers today, and we'll expect them in the future when the government starts operating again. That wraps up the top news for crypto today. Is February 10th, 2025. I'd like to remind you that the content you just watched is created for educational purposes only, and should not be considered as investment advice, but rather as investment opinion. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and feel free to comment. Take care everyone, and have a good day.